The story opens with sudden disorder in the middle of the town square. He stumbles forward, clutching his head, gasping as if something inside him is tearing apart. People stop to stare. Some laugh. Someone shouts, "There he goes again." As he collapses to his knees, a strange ripple passes through the air. Nearby, a dying plant briefly turns green. A limping dog pauses, steadies itself, then limps away again. No one notices the signs except him. He screams, not from pain alone, but from confusion. This moment pulls the story backward to his birth. He was born on a night the elders still whispered about. The sky shimmered unnaturally. The stars seemed misplaced. Animals cried out. His mother nearly died bringing him into the world, and when he finally cried, the pain in the room lifted. A sick neighbor suddenly recovered that same night. The town called it coincidence. No one connected the dots. As he grew, nothing in his life ever worked normally. Every path he tried collapsed. When he apprenticed with a carpenter, tools broke in his hands. When he farmed, crops withered while others flourished. When he tried trade, deals fell apart seconds before success. People began avoiding him. Employers dismissed him with nervous smiles. Friends stopped calling. The laughter began early. Children mocked him openly. Adults whispered behind his back. "Bad luck follows him," they said. "Something's wrong with that boy." Names stuck. Mad One, Broken Star, Walking Curse. At night, the torment intensified. He dreamed of people screaming, bleeding, dying, then suddenly healed by his touch. He woke soaked in sweat, head pounding, heart racing. Sometimes he heard voices calling his name, begging for help. Other times, the pain behind his eyes was so intense, he beat his head against the wall just to make it stop. His mother once held him as he shook and cried. "What's happening to me?" he begged. She whispered, "I don't know, but you're not evil." The town healer examined him one day and shook her head slowly. "There is nothing wrong with his body," she said, "but something inside him is fighting itself." As years passed, ridicule turned to cruelty. People crossed the road to avoid him. Shopkeepers refused service. Children threw stones. One man shouted, "You bring misfortune wherever you go." That night, he wandered to the edge of town, screaming at the sky, begging whatever cursed him to stop. If this story is already pulling you in, take a moment to like the video, because the moment everything changes is coming. The turning point begins with an accident. A child falls from a height, hitting the ground hard. Panic erupts. People scream. Blood. No one knows what to do. Without thinking, he rushes forward. Someone shouts, "Don't touch him." But he kneels anyway and places his hands on the child. The pain hits him like fire. His vision blurs. He screams, but the child suddenly breathes. The bleeding stops. The body stills, then lives. The crowd falls silent. Fear replaces laughter. Someone whispers, "Witchcraft." Another shouts, "He did this." Stones fly. He barely escapes with his life. That night, broken and shaking, he collapses in the wilderness, convinced he has finally lost his mind. That is when the old wanderer finds him. The man speaks calmly, as if he already knows everything. "You are not cursed," he says. "You are untrained." The wanderer explains the truth. Some are born with astral deviation, energy meant to correct imbalance. Healing hurts because it transfers suffering. Deviation feels like chaos because it bends reality back into place. When such power is resisted, it destroys the host. "You fight what you are," the old man says. "That's why you suffer." Training begins harshly. Meditation, control. Listening instead of resisting. Failures nearly kill him. Each attempt drains him. But slowly, the madness quiets. For the first time in his life, the pain makes sense. As his control grows, the town begins to suffer. A sickness spreads, crops fail, children weaken, fear fills the streets. They remember him. Reluctantly, shamefully, they seek him out. This sets the stage for the final act, where rejection meets redemption, and power finally finds purpose. When the sickness reaches its peak, the town can no longer pretend he does not exist. Children lie weak and burning. Strong men collapse in the streets. The healer who once dismissed him now weeps openly, admitting she cannot stop it. Fear grips every home. A small group approaches him at dawn. Their faces are tight with shame. One of them, the same man who once threw stones, cannot meet his eyes. "We were wrong," he mutters. "If you can help, please." He feels the old fear rise, the laughter, the pain, the nights he almost lost his mind. His hands tremble. The old wanderer's voice echoes in his memory. "Do not resist. Choose." He walks back into the town that rejected him. The first patient is a young girl, barely breathing. When he touches her, agony tears through him. He screams, collapsing beside the bed, but he holds on. He focuses, guiding the astral energy instead of letting it explode. Slowly, the pain eases. The girl inhales deeply. Her eyes flutter open. Gasps fill the room. Word spreads like fire. House after house opens its doors to him. Each healing costs him. His body weakens. His nose bleeds. His vision darkens. Yet he continues, driven by something stronger than resentment. Purpose. At one house, a woman grabs his sleeve, sobbing. "I called you a curse," she cries. "Please forgive me." He answers simply, "Just let me help." As night falls, he can barely stand. The sickness fights back, warping the air, bending reality violently. This is no ordinary disease. It is astral imbalance, feeding on fear and denial. He realizes the truth too late. Healing individuals is not enough. The source must be confronted. He stumbles to the center of town, where the distortion is strongest. The ground vibrates. People gather, terrified. Someone shouts, "He'll die." Another yells, "Stop him." He turns to them, voice breaking but steady. "If I don't, everyone will." He opens himself fully to the astral flow. Pain beyond anything he has known surges through him. Memories flood his mind. Every insult, every laugh, every night of madness. The energy twists, trying to tear him apart. For a moment, he almost gives up. Then he hears a child's voice whisper, "Please." He channels everything, not to fight the power, but to guide it. The distortion collapses inward, folding like a storm swallowed by the earth. Light erupts. The ground stills. Silence crashes down. He falls. Days pass before he wakes. When he opens his eyes, the town is there. Not mocking, not afraid. Watching, waiting. The healer bows her head. "You saved us," she says. "All of us." He struggles to sit. His body feels different, scarred but calm. The madness is gone. Life changes slowly, but completely. People greet him with respect. Children who once mocked him now follow him in awe. He does not seek praise. He builds a small place on the edge of town, where the sick come willingly. He teaches others what the old wanderer taught him, that power without understanding is pain, and purpose is found, not given. One evening, as the sun sets peacefully over the town that once rejected him, someone asks, "What are you now?" He thinks for a moment, then smiles faintly. "I'm who I was always meant to be." If this story moved you, don't forget to like the video. It helps more stories like this reach people who need them. Subscribe for more powerful, emotional tales, and drop a comment below. Would you have forgiven the town or walked away? The stars above shimmer quietly, finally in their proper place.